until I check the audio and stuff. Where is it? Alright, should be working. Alright. Hello, my lovers of entertainment. It is I, the entertainment lover. And in today's video, I'm going to be discussing with my friend Bryce about physical media versus digital media. Alright, so did you have any ideas on where to start with this discussion? Um, I guess I'll start off with the benefits of physical media. For one, I think the benefits in physical media are, for one, it's physical, it's tangible in your hand. Um, you have it in a box art, which is very unique. It's kind of like a book almost, where you look at the cover of it and you're so engaged by it to where it makes you interested in watching the movie. And also, the disc has a lot of behind the scene footage, trailers. There's different versions of the movie, like unrated editions, director's cuts, and I'll probably add one more thing. And I'll let you talk. And sometimes the inside the box art there is a was it called the men not the menus, the manuals. Yeah. Wait, hold on. But if you want to start, you can. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Your audio was not in. I feel like an asshole. I thought the audio was on. I'm sorry.
Would you like me to repeat myself?
Yes, please.
So, with this whole argument, I am both ways
Uh-huh.
because I see the benefits of both sides.
Mhm.
Digital's, unless your, whatever files or anything get corrupted, you have access to this stuff forever. And like I said, sometimes digital exclusives are cheaper,
Right.
but physicals, if you keep track of them, keep good care of them, then you have that physical copy forever.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I'm on your side, but I definitely lean more towards physical because even though yes, the benefits of digital is that it's digital, it is technically the same file, but at the same time, certain studios like Disney, mainly Disney, from what I remember, because there's a movie called Splash that they have streaming on their platform, and there was a digital re-altering of the actress, the main actress in the movie, because she's a mermaid. And in the theatrical release and even on the physical release, you can see her ass. But on Disney Plus, they digitally alter it to where they CGI'd more hair to cover her butt.
You serious? This is a thing?
Yeah, this was an actual thing. People started to notice this who are either fans of the movie or have seen it so many times. And I watched it, and I watched the original cut, and I'm like, yeah, this is really strange because I'm like, I understand Disney Plus is mainly for families, but in animated films you see butts and farts all the
Just
time,
like
so
Shrek.
I don't understand. Yeah, like Shrek or even like Boss Baby,
Oh
where you
yeah.
see literally the big brother smacking the baby's ass to like in sync with a certain song.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there's probably a lot of conservatives who would criticize, "Oh my God, you're letting children see a woman's ass on Disney Plus. How dare you?"
Yeah, but Disney Plus with merging with Hulu and all that,
Uh
um,
huh.
they show movies like Deadpool. Deadpool is in
Yeah.
no way a kids movie,
No, no, not even close.
so
But a
I
lot of
feel
kids
like
like
that
Deadpool.
argument was kind of whack. Not wanting to see or kids to see or hear certain things, but then you're gonna show things like Deadpool. But
And it's kind of.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Um, I don't know if you ever watched The Jungle Book with
The
the
original one?
yeah. If you
I
had
only saw the live action one.
well, if you have the disc version and everything, they
Mm.
it's the whole original movie or whatever. But if you watch on Disney Plus, they have either edited out certain scenes because of the monkeys. They are viewed as racist now.
Yeah.
Or if they don't edit the scene out, then you get a message at the beginning telling you like, we do not condone this. It's not
Yeah,
right
they
or
did that
whatever.
with Aladdin, from what I remember.
And Aladdin too.
Well, they didn't cut out anything. They just had the message saying, "We do not support these stereotypes, and these are very unacceptable. But please," it was something like that. It was like saying, "Just enjoy the movie and understand this was at a different time
It's
period."
racist about Aladdin.
Well, it's because for one, it was I think Robin Williams with because obviously he's the genie,
Yeah.
but there's also a character at the beginning who is kind of a stereotype, and Robin Williams did a lot of stereotypical voices of certain races.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think with him, he wasn't doing it to, like, be a racist or, like, hurt people based on their race. He was just kind of doing it to point out certain hypocrisies that people had on stereotypes.
Yeah.
But that's kind of going sidetracked. But I think digitally altering certain movies that are streaming is kind of dangerous because you're erasing history in some ways.
Yeah.
Because you're basically wanting people to see something in a certain way that isn't what it actually was. Because there's a lot of comedies that aren't really good anymore because sometimes the humor is just really um it could just be very it didn't age well or just really harmful. Um, but those still need to be out there for people to see. Yeah, these jokes happened during a time period that it was fine, but now it's kind of more. I think we became a little bit more progressive over time
Hmm.
to understand these things. But yeah, digitally altering something is just really dangerous in my opinion because that means if it's acceptable in movies and video games and even music or just art, um, then you could literally do that towards anything. I mean, look at porn, where people are now suggesting they could do AI porn,
Oh yeah. Have you
to where
seen
they just
those?
use people's likeness.
Have you seen those things on like Instagram or Twitter of like celebrities, and they can make them say some very very screwed up things?
Yeah,
And some of these
I
AI
mean,
things are like really good, like scary.
yeah, it's crazy how technology just advances. And that's the thing is like if you digitally alter something and people did not see or they were born in a certain age when the movie didn't was came out before them and they see the digitally altered movie, they're not going to question it. They're just be like, "Oh, I'm watching the movie."
Yeah.
But people who actually seen it in theaters or were born when it came out are going to be like, "This is not the movie I remember." And that's something that digital media to me scares me about.
Yeah, but I
And
feel like
also,
that they have good intentions in mind. They're trying to make it, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's some good behind digitally altering things because you're trying to show your kids that those kind of behaviors aren't good. But it is
I
history.
might
I
have to,
agree with you.
yeah, I might have to push back a little bit because like, yeah, because it's like, yeah, I understand changing the narrative if you're someone who's more progressive and you want people to see people equal or see certain pieces of art in a better light. I get that. But I think erasing history and trying to change history is what's going to cause history to repeat. So if you digitally alter a comedy, for example, that has a lot of like racist jokes in it, and you try to like do ADR where it wasn't these original jokes and it's completely different, people who watch the original one are going to be very upset because you're changing the original source.
Hmm.
But if you keep the original copy on digital and even physical, obviously, then people are going to be like, is this supposed to be funny? It just, certain people in that era who grew up with that will be like, yeah, it was funny to me. But people now would probably be like, some of this stuff is not really that funny.
Yeah.
But I will give some credit to digital for sure. On For one, if you buy a physical copy but you stream, you're not damaging the disc at all. So you're saving. You are spending more money technically, but if you buy a physical version and you have it streaming on some type of platform like Disney Plus, Amazon, Netflix, then you're kind of, I guess, as like a collector, you're not overusing it to the point where it's damaging
Yeah.
the product. So there's that. Um,
I feel like with digitally too, it's more practical. Because how many
mhm.
people these days are using DVD players or I don't know,
Yeah,
like VHS? Nobody uses a VHS or player anymore.
unless you're like me, where you
Well, yeah,
appreciate it.
I still have a VHS player. I have VHS tapes. Just saying, like digital sometimes
The,
is more practical than the new age.
yeah, I mean it is easier, and a lot of people want easy,
Yeah,
which
lazy.
I understand. But I don't know. But yeah, like the analogy to the book thing. It's like think about your childhood books. A lot of times you look at the covers and read the summaries and you're like, "Oh, this is interesting."
Mhm.
Well, with digital, you are seeing the cover and the title, but it's I think it's different when you're looking at a screen compared to something that's in your hand.
Yeah.
And also sometimes even with video games, because we'll talk about video games too. When you buy a video game, it's like a movie where yeah, you have the disc, you have the manual, and sometimes you'll get like a poster,
Oh yeah.
uh, cards, collectible shit. Where it's like that's fucking cool. Because like I remember last Christmas I got Cuphead on physical, and I didn't realize there was collectible cards in there. I'm like, these are fucking cool. No wonder I love physical so much is because people forget you sometimes can get like collectible shit. And digital, you're not really collecting anything. You're just kind of like renting movies.
It's like all the old GTA games. You always
Hmm.
got a poster of the map. That stuff is cool.
Yeah,
Or like walkthroughs in the booklet.
yeah. I mean, yeah. There's guides too. You could buy separate guides to play the game. Um,
Oh, perfect example. Uh, Blu-ray. If you buy a Blu-ray disc, a lot of the
mm,
times that you get discounts for movies. That's kind of cool.
yeah,
That's stuff you don't get on digital.
yeah. It depends. It's like, yeah, like with gaming too. You'll have your sales, but if you get uh, a physical game, you'll get discounts on certain games, or you'll get DLCs on with the code. So you
Yeah.
don't even have to really buy separate DLCs. You're just getting the game and getting some free DLCs. Let me pick this up. And before I decided to do this, I was researching a little bit more into the ownership of digital stuff. Like if you buy on Amazon or Steam or whatever.
Hmm.
The crazy thing is because there's a lawsuit going on, I think, still with Ubisoft because of the game of the Crew.
The Crew.
And yeah, it was a racing game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like yeah, yeah. And so there's a lawsuit going on because I think people who own the physical game on console, and I think when you bought it on PC, I think they took it off your library. Correct me if I'm wrong, people who watch this. Um, I think that was the thing, and also people who bought the game physically couldn't play it. Even if you had internet, it was just like unplayable. Like you couldn't do, I guess, offline servers or anything. So it was literally like a brick.
I had not heard of this.
And this is why I've noticed with Steam that when you buy a game, it tells you right away you don't own the game. You're just buying a license of it. So that literally says to every digital thing you buy, you don't really own it. You just buy the licensing to it, which kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's kind of infuriating if you're someone who bought so much digital media, realizing, oh wait, I don't actually own this thing. I'm like renting it basically.
I never realized that.
And this is why, when I talk about this is why physical's better, is because I'm like, for one, if you have it in your shelf, like in real life, you can see it and you see it's tangible and it's right there. But with digital, if you buy like hundreds of movies or games, you don't always know if it's going to be disappeared from your library or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, if the Ubisoft thing is true, if they just took it off your library, and people bought the game for like $60 when it came out, I'm pretty sure, and they got no refunds for it.
And so they basically just stole money from all those people.
It's basically a fraud
Yeah.
because this hasn't came recent. I don't think people them telling people you don't really own the game if you buy digital. You're just getting it. You're like renting it out. Sorry. Which,
It's so scummy. I've never seen it like that.
yeah, it's kind of sad because you would think if you buy something for full price, because that's why you see a lot of physical games digital for 60 to $70.
Yeah.
But for a lot of independent games, you'll see it for a cheaper price because more than likely they do not have a physical copy at all. And that's kind of smart to have digital only games be cheap for that. But if you buy digitally only and you pay it for full price when you could get it physically for the same price, I feel like to me that's kind of almost that is like scamming you. Because if you buy something for full price when you could get it physical, I think you should still be able to own it. But legally, with big companies like Ubisoft or Steam, there's some way they can, do that. But then again, I think there should be a way for you to own the actual game file rather than just a licensing to it.
Yeah.
But if you want to say something, you can. I feel like I'm talking too much.
I'm not, super knowledgeable on the subject. I do have opinions, but I feel like, you did the research and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of people talk about this, and then I read on, what is it called? The FTC, I think? Or not the FTC, I think it's, some type of copyright, website on how these companies are able to do this. And I don't know, man. I'm just like, I want to support digital, but physical media to me is like the superior thing right now.
Yeah.
Because if you buy something digital for a high price, you're kind of getting scammed if
That's
you
what's
don't
starting
actually read.
to sound like, yeah. It's nuts. I've never seen it like that.
Because it's like FTCs or NFTs, sorry, the NFTs.
Those
It's
are a
like you're buying
scam. I don't
something.
understand NFTs.
It's like they look cool, but people are paying like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for those things. And I'm like, those aren't real. They're digital. That's it. They're just artificial.
Yeah, you're literally just paying for some pixels.
Yeah, it's like I get it. You could probably print it out and stuff, but it's not gonna look as good if you're doing it. Let's say you actually painted it out or you 3D printed it. I would say 3D printing is like a better way than
Yeah.
NFTs. Because 3D printing, you actually can hold it in your fucking hand.
Yeah, I never understood the whole NFT thing. You're literally paying for a picture like somebody could have made in Photoshop or
Or
Paint
AI'd.
or yeah or AI.
Like, yeah, like, I don't know if it's Chat GBT or whatever AI sources they use to, make these different art pieces. Like, some of them look cool, but I'm like, this is why I don't think, I mean, AI should be a thing to a limit. Because it's like, yeah, it's like the black market almost, where you are just taking this thing that's not really yours. It's the AI's programming to do this. You're not really creating anything. You're just depending on this machinery
Yeah,
to do it.
this AI stuff is making kids lazier in school too. You can literally just ask
Yeah,
AI the answer to any schoolwork and it'll automatically give it to you. And
like,
companies are promoting that too. Have you seen that?
yeah. I mean, this is where we could get political, but for this video, I won't. Um, yeah, just companies are getting way too overpowered to where they can literally do almost most things without being uh like shut down. Like, I like some of these companies' brands and all that, like Microsoft. I love Xbox. I love the Windows platform.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what other things do they make? Being, uh, that's something we don't like much.
Microsoft owns
I mean, as a
Bing.
kid, I liked it. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, how did I
Yeah,
not know
they
that?
own Bing. Yeah, because, yeah, Bing is owned by Microsoft, and Yahoo's owned partially by Verizon. And then,
I'm a
yeah, Google is
casual.
its own thing.
I didn't know any of that.
But, yeah, and those are like the three main search engines that I'm familiar with.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, this is the thing I wanted to bring up too. So, I don't know this for sure. I'm kind of questioning this, and I thought maybe we could have our opinions on it. If you buy something digital, for example, like Amazon or any of these gaming companies, if you buy the digital version and it's mainly exclusive digital, do you think it would be okay for the consumer to download it on a physical disc? But they're not reselling it, they're just keeping it for themselves because they love
Like
physical
burning
media.
it to a CD.
Yeah. Do you think that should be illegal? If it is?
Well, if you're saying that in the terms and services you're only buying the license, not actually owning the product, then
Uh huh.
I feel like it could be illegal, but I feel like it's a victimless crime. I feel like you are buying the rights to it. I feel like you should be able to make it into a physical copy if you want. It's
Yeah,
just kind
I'm
of a
just like,
loophole if they do ever remove it from your library. Now you have that copy. Now you just, you know,
yeah. I mean,
But
Because
people
like
could
with
use that for evil and then try to get a
yeah,
refund on it, and then they have the game anyway.
yeah, I mean, it might be illegal. At the same time, I might be the opposition where I don't think it should be that. I don't know if it should be if you yeah if the cops search your home and they find you have a burnt disc of a game that's digital only, but it's only for yourself to like. I just like physical media, man, and I just want
Yeah.
to be able to have it physical. Because if you think about it, if a gaming company shuts down entirely, for example, like Steam,
Mm-hmm.
that's like the big thing. If Steam shuts down, and I don't, and I'm pretty sure if you don't have it downloaded on your computer, your library is basically gone. If like the platform is completely shut down.
You're screwed them.
Yeah, if you spent like hundreds of dollars in your library that's digital only and the platform shuts down, your money's gone basically.
Yeah, that
But
money you spent was wasted.
yeah, but if you download it on your computer, I think you'll still own it if you don't uninstall it. Um, or even if you download it on like a hard drive, which this is kind of conflicting too. Is like if you download it on a hard drive, it's not really illegal necessarily. But if you, I don't think it is. But if you download it onto a disc, it is illegal technically. That's never really made sense to me because like you can download games for free on your hard drive if you bought the game
Mm-hmm.
digital. But if you do it to a movie, that's more obviously
Now
that's
you're
technically
pirating.
illegal. Wait, say that again?
Isn't that called pirating?
Parroting?
Pirating.
Oh, piracy. Yeah, piracy. Yeah. Yeah, I just yeah. Even then, you still purchase the digital, you know, yeah, licensing. But technically, isn't the licensing on a regular DVD and Blu-ray? Even though you're because you could buy a movie at a thrift store
Mm-hmm.
or some like disc traders,
Yeah.
and that's totally fine. That's not illegal. But if you because those kind of stores are not like franchise stores. But if you bought something digital and you have the licensing rights, why shouldn't it not be acceptable to just be able to download on your disc?
I don't know. I feel like it should be allowed.
Yeah, I mean, I understand people could black market it to where they sell copies of it, like hundreds of copies for money.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. It's
But I
kind of
feel
a
like some
conflicting
companies
subject.
have uh, ways to like counteract that. Like if you don't actually own the item on your device, then they can read that and ban you from using that content.
But that's the thing I'm conflicted on is because like on Xbox 360, since the store shut down on that, you can't buy any 360 digital games anymore. But if you bought it on your account and you still have access to your account, you can still re-download them, I think. But if Xbox, the whole network shut down, I don't know if you would be able to re-download them unless it's already downloaded on your console.
Mm-hmm.
But if you accidentally uninstall the game, you're basically it's gone.
Yeah,
which is I don't think that's okay because it, I just think it's like it is like a scam basically, and that's why I think if they're scamming you, you might as well be able to be like, hey, since I bought the rights to this for maybe full price or it was on sale or whatever from the original uh, platform, should I have the right to put it on a physical copy? Because it's technically kind of mine.
right.
And for people who watch this, I'm not saying to do this. I'm just saying really think on this.
Yeah, it is a good question. Good, good thing to think about.
Because like I was looking into this, I researched this question. Like, is it illegal to technically download it on a physical copy? Um, I'm a stop right here and I'll look it up real quick. Because I think it said something. It's not technically illegal if it's like for your own personal use. But let me just fact check it real quick. So I said, would it be illegal if I bought something digital but downloaded it into a physical disc? And it says, well, the first thing it says, no, it is generally not illegal to purchase a digital product and then download it onto a physical disc for your own personal use. However, it's important to understand the terms of service of the digital platform from which you purchase the item. Some platforms may restrict the ability to copy or transfer digital content in this way, and doing so could violate their terms. So, but then again, even though you bought the licensing rights on a certain platform, and you are licensing, I feel like you should still get the right to make it into a physical copy. This is kind of a conflicting subject.
Yeah, because it really
Yeah,
can be looked at both ways. Some people be like, no, that's illegal. Some people be like you said, yeah, you bought the license, you should have the right to do not whatever you want, but mostly whatever you want with it.
yeah, it's like with a car. If you rent a car, but you don't pay, or let's just say you bought a car from a certain car company, right?
Right.
Um, but they say even though you bought the car, we're still technically licensing your car, almost like renting the car. But if our company shuts down, unfortunately, we're gonna have to take the car back because um, it's in our rules. It would be like saying, "Hey, since it is under our licensing, we can just take it back from you, even though you bought from us. We're taking it back, but we're not giving you refunds."
That's completely wild to think about it like that, because that's a whole car.
Yeah, it's like I bought the car from you guys, but you're taking it back even though I bought it for the price that you guys had it for, or whatever sale was on. I don't know. That might be a bad
No,
comparison, but
I mean I understand it because it is the same thing. I feel like that's way less likely than what video game companies are doing. Though.
I guess to make it an easier comparison, like let's say Pandora and Spotify shut down, and all the
No,
music,
that's
even though
fine.
you didn't buy them, and they're all free and you can listen to them. If they shut down, your whole list of music you listen to would be gone. Even though you could still more than likely get physical versions of them because there's vinyl still and some CDs. If you
That vinyl's not
depend
gonna come
on
back.
those two,
Sorry,
well, you said vinyls aren't gonna come back.
I said vinyls are gonna come back.
Oh, yeah, they are making a comeback. But yeah, your Pandora account, Spotify account would be gone, and all this music you love, digital, gone.
You know why that comparison hurts me so much?
Why?
Completely off topic. I have 2,000 songs in my like songs on Spotify.
Damn.
All 2,000 of those songs would just be gone.
I mean, it's good that a lot of those songs are free, and the artists are I think they're getting paid for
Yeah.
the amount of listeners and stuff and followers. Um,
So that is actually a good comparison, because like with the whole licensing thing, and games can disappear off of like Steam or your Xbox or whatever. You can
yeah,
download a song on Spotify, and if that artist decides that he doesn't want it on streaming platforms anymore, he can take it off, and now that song is unlistenable on your playlist, even if you've already downloaded it. That's happened to me a couple of times with some bands that I like.
yeah. It's like if you, yeah, if it's like a popular artist puts a song out there that some people like, but they're like, I don't really want this on digital anymore, and it never came out physical. Even though they hate this song, they still publish it out there for people to listen to, and that's like taking away their their right to listen to a piece of art that even if the artist didn't like it and it was only digital, no physical version of it, it's completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
How would that really be fair?
I don't think it would be. Oh, so
Yeah, it's like, and this goes to people who never buy a game digital that's only digital, because like there's like you see with the Xbox with the backwards compatibility, there's a lot of games that are delisted that if you never bought it on the 360 or on the Xbox store and it's digital only, you can never play again if they were exclusively on the Xbox.
yeah, there's a game called it's a marble game. I don't remember what it's called, but it was completely delisted from the Xbox store a couple of years ago.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
No, marble. It was a marble game. You were
Oh,
a
Marble.
yeah, you were a marble.
Was it a big game or was it like an independent game?
It was called Marble Blast Ultra.
Marble Blast Ultra. I might have heard of this. Let me check. I'll look this up.
But it was delisted. Released on 2007 or March 7th,
Oh, this
2008.
game.
Yep.
Yeah, I never played this game.
Developer was
I,
Garage Games.
yeah, they're gone, it says.
Mm-hmm. But it was delisted on the Xbox store, which sucks because when I got my Xbox, that was like the first thing I thought of. It used to be a demo when you got your 360. It would automatically download your system. At
Mm.
least it did with our 360 that we had.
Apparently, there's a sequel that's on all platforms. And I looked because it says it's on Windows, so I looked up on Steam and it's not on there.
So it said they released an online version of it, Marvel Ultimate Online,
Hmm.
but I feel like online's not the same.
Yeah, it's like for new people who weren't born during the time the game came out, won't ever be able to play it unless they relicense it or even made a physical copy, which with games like 360, PS3, PSP, very unlikely you'll see a physical version of it unless you get a company like Limited Run to do it, but
Good luck.
they're yeah, they're more focused on the modern stuff that are digital mainly, which I love Limited Run and even Night Dive Studios because with Limited Run they obviously do limited physical games, which is kind of a bummer. Um, and yeah, it's mainly towards digital exclusive games. And with Night Dive Studios, what they do is they have done a lot of older games, like stuff from the DOS computer, stuff from like 3DO console, Sega consoles, like a lot of the older, even like Atari. Because I'm trying to think of a game that you might have played that they've done. They've done like Quake and Doom, the remasters of those.
So this is gonna sound surprising, but I've never played Doom.
You've never played Doom.
No,
Damn.
I never. I, this is gonna make me sound like a person that doesn't play video games. I never got like I don't know into it. I've never seen what was so cool about Doom.
So you have tried it out, or you've never tried it out?
I've seen gameplay of it.
Oh,
I've
okay.
how could you not? It's Doom. I just never
Right.
thought it looked fun. I never thought it looked good. Like it
I
never really
mean,
piqued my interest, if that makes any sense.
yeah, I mean, it is very simple because it is just a run around and shoot. But there are like secrets you can find that are kind of cool, like certain secret weapons and uh, armor and things like that.
Yeah,
And you also got to think about the time it came out too, because
yeah.
it came out in like '93. But before then, there was Wolfenstein 3D.
Never played Wolfenstein either.
I would say give Doom a try, just a little bit, and maybe try Quake after, because Quake is, well, it is kind of like is very much like Doom, but it's more slightly medieval, I guess you could say, like a space intergalactic medieval game
Mhm.
where you just go around shoot guns and like have a axe. How long am I going for? 49 minutes.
Is that even an hour?
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't passed an hour.
But Doom, it's like the same thing as like Gears of War. I never really got into Gears of War, and that game was huge when I started playing video games.
Yeah, I would say Doom is very much a huge inspiration for
Yeah,
Gears of War. The first Gears of War is amazing to me.
never got it. I never got. I played it because they had like DLCs of characters from WWE.
Oh, Gears of War characters in WWE?
So yeah, um, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods were playable characters in one of the Gears of War.
Oh,
I don't know which one
that's
it
actually
was, but it was kind of cool.
that's cool.
But I was like, if people that wrestle in WWE like the game, it must be fun. Tried it, could
Hmm.
not get the hang of it. I played some of the. Is it a story mode? Like there's a story mode to
And
it. It
in
wasn't.
Gears of War?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't good at all. And that's a very unpopular opinion, but it's like I don't know, just not my type of thing. Yes.
Yeah, like I guess we could discuss types of games we don't like since I think we kind of ended the physical digital.
Yeah.
Um, but people who watch this video, let us or let me know in the comments which one do you prefer, or are you kind of like us where we appreciate one but like the other one better. But now we can discuss different types of games we like or dislike. So you've said never got into Doom
Hmm.
or Gears of War. Any other big games that you like or that you don't like but others like?
So the I don't know what the genre is really called. It's like the top-down
Mm,
RPGs like Diablo and all that. I
yeah.
don't. Those games aren't appealing to me. I kind of like the more immersive, like first-person or third-person action. You're actually fighting.
Hmm.
So yeah, Diablo I never really got into.
Yeah, I mean, I've always heard it's like one of the best video game series of all
Yeah, that's what
time,
I've
like
always heard
World of
too.
Warcraft.
Love World of Warcraft.
But yeah, I mean, for a long time, for people who since this is gonna be my first video on YouTube, I've always thought World of Warcraft was like Diablo, where it's top down, but apparently it's not.
Nope.
That blew my mind. I was like, for most of my life, I legit thought it was like Diablo. But I think I might try to get into World of Warcraft soon. Um, but yeah, I've never got into like the top down games really, other than like some independent games that are kind of like shoot 'em ups, or
Hmm.
like even a game like Hatred on Steam. I've heard that game is fun. I want to try that out. Um, I'm trying to expand, but the game genre I can never understand is sports games.
Oh, that's a bad one. Sports games are so
Football,
popular.
football, soccer, baseball, those are like some of the most boring ass type of games I've ever played or have seen people play.
So I understand the MLB one. The MLB looks so boring to me. The baseball and the hockey and the FIFA.
Yeah.
But Madden, there's so much to do in Madden. You can just play with regular teams with your friends, or there's Ultimate Team where you have like old and new players from every era of sports that can be
Hmm.
on your team at the same time. Just I get it if you don't like football, that it would be unappealing to you. I just feel like as somebody that doesn't like it, I'm sure you can appreciate what it is.
I mean, I wouldn't say I dislike football, but sometimes it is fun to watch. But playing it the way you play the gameplay, it's so boring.
It's wild to me.
Like I would play a game like Blitz that is a football game,
Oh,
because that
it's
shit is
so
like
much fun.
cartoonish. That game is cartoonish as fuck, and you can do crazy ass shit. And it's like, this is the sports games I want to play. Exaggerated fun, not realistic shit or like
Yeah.
strategizing. I want to fucking break bones. I want to throw that motherfucker like a rag
You
doll.
can pop nutsacks in that game.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard of that.
It's
I'm like,
crazy.
how? I'm like, when I heard that, I'm like, how did the people say this was acceptable?
Yeah, you literally just get injected with steroids and you're good. You break a bone, take some steroids, you'll be alright. That's literally the whole. Wow. That's a
Like
throwback.
NBA Jam, like that's fun. It's so exaggerated, but you could just do absurd, fantastical shit in it.
Hmm.
Like you can have big ass heads in it, like you look like a bobblehead, and boom shakalaka. Well, like hockey, I don't mind playing hockey sometimes because you could just beat the shit out of people
Oh yeah,
and run people over.
literally fight similar.
Yeah, like that shit's fun to me.
So, sports game, you like UFC though, don't you? You play UFC
Yeah, I would
sometimes.
like, yeah, like wrestling games or boxing games. That's because you can do like actual physical shit. Like I like goofy, fun,
Yeah, the
over
ragdoll
exaggerated.
physics in UFC is kind of hilarious. Punch somebody over the top of their head and they go ragdolling, like get folded like a lawn chair. It's hilarious.
Yeah, because even then I do like some sports games where you have like uh cartoon characters.
Like,
Like as
have you ever played NFL or NBA Street on like the GameCube?
no, I've heard you talk about it though.
In NBA Street, if you had the GameCube version, you could play
Hmm.
as Mario characters, Mario, Luigi, against NBA
Yeah,
players.
yeah, that shit sounds cool. Like that kind of stuff I like. Or even like there was a Nicktoons MLB I think, where you play baseball but you play with the Nickelodeon characters.
Hmm.
And that's like I like that kind of shit even if it is a sports game. I like exaggerated realistic shit.
So you can play games like Super Mario Strikers.
I haven't played that but that's something I want to play.
You never played Mario Striker?
Uh-uh.
Oh my god, that is such a good game. The old one on GameCube
Yeah.
is probably the best one in my opinion. I haven't played the new one, but I feel like nothing beats the classic.
Didn't they re-release it on Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, but I think it's a new game altogether. I don't think it's the
Oh,
old
okay.
one.
I'm trying to think of other genres I don't really like. Um, I guess I like shooters and like competitive online playing, but that's also kind of something I don't like. Like Call of Duty, Fortnite, PUBG sometimes. Um,
So I'll
what else?
I'll agree with you on that. The whole
Uh-huh.
battle royale genre, I feel like it's only good if it's done right. Like
Yeah.
Fortnite, I used to love Fortnite. It was the only game I played. But once you start changing the game mechanics and you start picking and choosing what side of the community you listen to when you're making changes in
Hmm.
the game, then it's ruined. That's when the fun stops. Like Fortnite, they only
Yeah.
care about their streamers or their pro league side of the game. The casual
Hmm.
players don't mean anything. I know you're getting all like your publicity and attention from the streamers, but Your
Right.
casual gamers matter too. Not everybody plays the
Yeah.
game to be competitive. Some people just play the game to chill and relax. And I feel like a lot of game companies like Epic don't realize that. Like, same
Yeah.
with
I
Rocket
mean,
League. Sorry.
hmm no, no, go ahead. Keep going.
With Rocket League, um, there was a whole side of that game that I feel like not a lot of people got to take advantage of, which was trading in crates. There used to be a thing in
Yeah.
the game where you could trade skins with your friends, open crates with keys. Now they're supply drops,
Uh-huh.
like sport boxes and all that, which you get for free from completing challenges and stuff. And you can't
Yeah.
trade skins with people anymore. Like, there's a YouTube I used to watch, John Sandman. He had
hmm
a series built on trading and crates and stuff. And his whole series and everything got basically nuked because Epic decided that they didn't like that side of Rocket League anymore.
That's yeah, that's something I just again partially going back to the digital thing is the fact that these companies can completely change the original game.
Oh my god, Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
An abomination. I own a copy of Overwatch 1, so
Is it technically that unplayable still?
I have no idea if it's playable, to be honest. I've never tried. It's on PS4.
Yeah, games like that, they should have an ability to have an offline server where you can play with people,
Yeah,
mainly if they're your friends.
that would be cool. You could just hop into a custom match with your homies on the old servers.
Yeah, because like I heard a story from someone from a channel. It was the channel I watch. It's called the John Campea Show, and they were talking about this. One of the guys on there, I think his name is Ray. He mentioned there was these guys who kept their original Xbox going, I think, for Halo 2. And it was like one of the rare few servers that were still open because they were shutting down Xbox Live on the original Xbox
Mm-hmm.
because they were obviously going to 360. And I don't know, I think that just I get it. The companies are putting a lot of money into servers to keep them alive, but there should be a way to keep servers free where if they decide to not update the game anymore, they could just keep the ability to make a new server and play the game still online.
Right. I agree with that.
Oh, there we go.
And that goes with like the Madden and like WWE games.
hmm
Anybody that's bought Madden 19 or WWE 2K19 or anything like that, that game's basically a brick now, unless you just play offline or split screen, because servers now are obviously shut off. So anybody that's spent money on Madden 19 to build their ultimate team, all that money's
Right.
gone now because their teams are useless. You can't play
Yeah,
against anybody.
yeah, should not be allowed.
Oh, but guess what? I'm sure you can still buy packs on the game because EA is greedy.
Oh yeah, EA's. I love a lot of their older games, but yeah, they became really fucking greedy.
Like
Even
2K is greedy
Ubisoft to an
too.
extent.
2K is not as bad as EA is, but every single sports game is run on PC.
Yeah, I hate games that require internet.
Yeah,
It's so stupid. Because what if one day the internet shuts down for everyone for like a week or so? That means you cannot play the game at all.
and you couldn't play anything. You know, even games like Rocket League, it requires internet service just to even boot the game up.
Uh,
If you put your
now that
Xbox into offline mode
uh-huh.
and try to start Rocket League, it'll tell you that you are required to be online to start this game.
Yeah, now I just realized that's yeah. Yeah, that's
And
stupid.
Rocket League has a sandbox mode, like a private mode where you can just play against bots. But you can't even
Yeah,
play
cause I
against bots without internet connection.
yeah, cause before I got on the party with you, I was testing out what if, for example, I did like a hypothetical. What if I did not have internet at all? And so I signed into my account fine. I turned off the connection to the internet for a little bit and saw, obviously the store you could not use, um, and some other things you couldn't use. But the games, if you have them installed already, you could still play them. But if they're in your library and you don't have them installed, they're basically gone until you get your internet back, which is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy. That Rocket League thing that I just said, like, you can't even play that game without internet connection, that's wild to me. Because if you're not, financially set to where you have internet, but you want to play
Hmm.
video games still, you can't. You're screwed. You are. Your Xbox is a brick without internet. Unless you buy the disc.
Yeah, if the game has a disc.
Yeah. See, that goes back to why disc is better. Offline game.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you download the game on a hard drive and you have an internet, so you would technically have to download all your digital games from your library onto hard drives to play them offline. I think that's the only way you could do it.
But
But if
still,
they shut down the platform in in general, I don't know if that would still work. But
but if it's a game that, like, is free on Game Pass or whatever, like Rocket League is,
uh
even
huh,
if you have it downloaded on a hard drive or whatever, because you didn't, buy it or download it just for free, you still
right.
aren't able to play it without an internet connection, which is stupid.
Yeah, because there's a couple games on Game Pass that are actually exclusive to Game Pass. Because there's, well, I think with like GoldenEye, for example, that's technically part of the Rare Replay collection.
Yeah,
Um, but if you have the physical game, because I tested this out to see if it worked, if you have the physical Rare Replay game, you don't, you're not able to download the GoldenEye game. But if you buy the digital version of the collection, that's when you'll technically license or own the game.
really.
That's the only way you'll quote unquote own the game. And then there's two others. There's a game called Iron Brigade and the other called The Cave. Now, both of these games Xbox owns, but they never relicensed them, or not relicensed them. They never put them back out in sales digitally. So the only way to play them on Xbox is through Game Pass. That's literally the only way you can play them on Xbox is through Game Pass. But hey, if Game Pass shuts down, you'll never play those games again unless you get them on PC or, well, Iron Brigade's only on PC also, but the Cave I think it's like, I think it was on the Wii U and PS3 and PC.
Never had a Wii U.
Me neither. It I I don't think I'll ever get a Wii U.
Yeah. I have a Wii. I have a Switch. Wii U is just one of those things. I never thought it was that cool. I never understood it.
It was like the eighth generation of consoles was probably one of the weakest generations for consoles. Because the reason why I would even say the ninth generation is better is because all those games, or the majority of those games on the eighth generation, you can play on here. Um, Even though the Nintendo Switch came out during that era, I would still technically say it's majorly part of the ninth generation, which we're in right now. And all the Wii U games more than likely are on Nintendo Switch now. So like the Wii U is basically pointless at this point.
What even was the
Like
point of the Wii U?
I guess it was because it was technically handheld, but you could also use the Wii controllers and play Wii games on
So it was a
it.
Switch.
It was it was the prototype of Switch basically. Well, a lot of people didn't like it because the limited games that came out for the Wii U, and some people just had technical issues with it. I mean, even during that era, handheld died because you had the 3DS, which was the last one, and the PlayStation Vita. And then they realized, you know what, we're just going to go to mobile now. Because mobile was literally taking over.
I hate mobile games.
I mean, we could go back to the digital thing. Any mobile game that's delisted, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't put a hard drive, unless you're like a genius. You can't technically connect a hard drive to your phone.
Yeah, but don't SIM card isn't a SIM card like a hard drive for a phone?
Yeah, I mean, technically, I think it is. But I, I don't know. Because let's say if you have a Google Play or Apple account, because usually if you save games, mobile games, it's through that. But if those companies shut down those platforms, all your data would be gone, and you would only have it saved if you have it downloaded on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way it would be saved.
That's why phones with Flappy Bird on it were like millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Flappy Bird was such a big game, but that's gone. Like you cannot find it anywhere.
There was a good reason for them removing Flappy Bird though.
What? What was it?
People were killing each other over. Did you hear about the Japanese kid that killed his friend because he messed up his score on Flappy Bird?
No, I didn't hear about this.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm telling it correctly.
Yeah, because I'm like, I did not hear about the story. Yeah, if that was like a reoccurring thing, that's fucked up and that's insane.
A teen was arrested for killing brother over the Flappy Bird game.
What? Do you mind sending me that real quick, just so
Hold
I
on,
can
I'm
check it
just making
out?
sure it's real.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to sound like an idiot now.
Yeah, no, I just yeah, because yeah, if that's like if that was like a recurrent thing, yeah, that's terrible. But then again, it's
There was a kid from Chicago stabbed his brother because of his low scores on Flappy Bird. Younger brother got aggravated, stabbed his older brother 17 times because he was mad.
Jesus.
I guess it was a hoax.
Oh, it was a
I
hoax?
guess. I don't. I'm so confused. I've seen so many things when it happened saying it was real.
Let
Is
me
this really
check.
not
I'll
true?
look this up. Let me check real quick.
I could have swore it was real. A lot of things are saying that it was a hoax now. Now I sound like an idiot.
Nah, you're fine. I'm looking at it right now on Wikipedia. Um, Let me make sure the sources are reliable. Flappy Bird was removed from both the App Store and Google Play on February 10th, 2014 with uh Nguyen. I don't want to butcher his last name. Claimed claiming he felt guilty over what he considered to be the game's addictive nature and overusage. Its popularity and sudden removal caused phones with the game installed before its removal to be put up for sale for high prices over the internet.
Yeah, I knew the high prices part because, like I said, people were selling
Yeah.
their phones for millions. But I could have sworn one of the reasons was because of the teen death, and I have not seen that it was a fake until now. Now that I needed to not make me look like a liar.
Yeah, I'm looking at the sources. There, two of them were for, was from Time, and the other was U.S. Today. Phones with Flappy Bird app fetching big bids on eBay. Then Time said, where to get Flappy Bird on eBay for $900 cheap.
Jesus.
God damn it. They should just put on console and even PC.
I can play it on my telly TV.
How?
There's so the telly TV. I don't know if you know what it is, but it was like a beta TV. My
Uh
stepdad
huh.
got it, and there's a option where you can play games on the bottom screen because the bottom screen shows like ads and news and weather and all that.
Yeah.
But there's an option for remote games, and one of the games is Flappy Bird.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Yes, there's so many delisted games I wish would just make a comeback. Even though a lot of them do have physical copies on other platforms, it's mainly PC and sometimes mobile.
You know what the biggest game that I was upset they delisted?
What?
Well, other than Left 4 Dead, you ever played
Hmm.
Jump Force?
Yeah, I have the physical copy for Xbox One.
I bought it for PS4 before it was delisted, so I have it on my PS4. But
Mm.
that's the thing about not having the physical copy.
Yeah.
If I ever
I mean,
lose my account, I'm never gonna be able to play Jump Force unless I go buy it.
it's physical on all platforms except for PC.
Yeah.
So for PC players, it's gone unless you buy it digital. I feel bad for mainly PC players, because consoles obviously are still having physical copies, of course, but PC, there are technically some physical copies, but it's mainly towards digital.
Physical used to be the only way you could play World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
every expansion you had to buy a new disc just to be able to level your character past a certain level.
Yeah, like I don't know if I would really. I probably would buy physical PC games, but for like a low price because more than likely they won't work. But I just like collecting because if I have it like on Steam and there's a physical copy of it, I like just having the cover. Like, hey, I own it physically and digitally.
Right.
But yeah, there's some PC games that have a physical version, but aren't even on Steam or GOG.
Can't believe we've been doing this for like an hour and a half, and this building isn't even three-quarters of the way
I
down.
mean, yeah, the green shit takes forever to take out.
You don't have any liquids,
No, I don't think I have any bought.
because you can buy soaps and cleaners.
Yeah, I forgot you could do that. It's been a while. Uh, Let me make sure because I forgot. Yeah, it's been a while since I played this, so I'm trying to remember. Uh, Review messages. What time is it? It's 1:37. Damn. Clothing. Wait, how do you buy the liquids again?
So you go, you hit the start button, and then up in the top right there's a shop, and then cleaning liquids.
Yeah. Uh, only see clothing and modifications.
Oh, you must have to buy the part still for it. So it's called,
Oh, okay.
it's a nozzle, and it's called the soap nozzle.
Soap nozzle, where is it? So I bought those for free.
Hey, stop yelling, please.
They gotta made sure the audio and stuff was working before because I was listening to or I was watching my stream and I was like I couldn't even hear you. And I checked and I was like, oh shit, that party audio wasn't on for you for some reason.
Yeah, and then even after that, I had to go and turn it on for myself. I had to go
Huh.
into the party and turn on and share audio.
Pretty sure I turned it on before I started streaming. I guess you have to do it twice.
And you know, if you hit right on the D-pad, you can see what's dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's like mossy up here.
Yeah, that shit's taking forever. You have to like yeah, if you have liquids it's quicker, but I'm using the what is it, the crap, where is it? Oh, the Y button. I'm using the 15-degree nozzle.
I also use the 15 degree.
How much money do you have?
2,123.
Damn. So whatever you earn, do I earn it? And vice
I
versa?
think you earn not as much as I do, but I
I get
think,
like a percentage?
yeah, just because I'm the host.
Gotcha. That's cool. See, more games need to fucking do this where you can just make your own server without the companies worrying for it to fucking operate. Operate.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many people can you have in this? Like four?
I think so. Well, I feel like a lot of games like Minecraft and stuff like that. Not Minecraft, sorry. Left 4 Dead and stuff like that. I don't know if,
Mm-hmm.
well, you probably obviously know this, but Left 4 Dead runs off of a director. Like there's
Uh,
servers, like item placements and zombie spawns and stuff like that is run off of a
yeah.
director. So if you have a certain amount of health at a certain spot, the director
Mm-hmm.
will either decide to give you painkillers or medkits, depending on what you need at that time.
So it's its own programming without the company, you know,
I think so.
putting money into the servers.
Yeah, I think so.
Uh, direct server on gaming. I'm just looking at this real quick. Okay, so in gaming, a direct server or peer-to-peer server means one player's computer is acting as the server, and other players connect directly to that computer. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if GTA 5 you can do that. If you do it like a private server. Yeah, if that's the case with Left 4 Dead, then they need to do that with more games if the company doesn't want to keep adding money to it.
Right.
Because I think even with like the Avengers game, I think you can do that still. I'm not sure though. Or even Jump Force, I don't. You might be able to, but because you're only playing 1v1, you mainly. I think that's the only way you can play it.
I think you're right. I think it is only 1v1.
Because I mean, you could do King of the Hill and Mortal Kombat, which that's technically a direct server way. Even though it would suck to lose the public servers, at least you'll have the online servers to, or at least merge them if the company doesn't want to, yeah, keep adding more money to it, to where it's optional for to have these different modes if you're doing a direct server. All right, that's cleaned. Oh fuck! Finally. Look around. this. I don't know if it's gonna work on this.
You have to grab the scaffolding.
Oh shit, okay.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, that's totally realistic.
Yeah, I can pick up the entire scaffolding.
Yeah, it's like, alright, I got this.
Alright,
Alright.
so I have to go for 2 seconds, but I will be right back.
Alright.
In 2 seconds.
Alright, it's been 2 seconds. Oh man, this is gonna take forever.
Took longer than it was supposed to because I had a conversation real quick with Hunter.
Okay.
So my family, like me, Hunter, and my mom, will just
Uh-huh.
be like casually talking, and I'll call my mom, like a certain word. And
Yeah.
most families don't see that as normal, but ours is as normal.
Yeah, it depends.
I asked Hunter if, like, other families, if they seen us, if they would be genuinely concerned for our relationship. Like, my mom will
Why?
come out of
Because
her
you're.
bedroom and look at me and just be like, fuck you, Bryce. Like, seriously.
But she does it in like a joking
Yeah,
way.
it's all jokes. I do it to her.
Right.
We don't ever really mean it. That's what I
Right.
was trying to say to Hunter. Like, if I ever hurt, your feelings, it's never
Yeah.
intentional. I don't know. It's just kind of a funny thing that just happened. I guess my mom and Hunter had a bet the other day. Hunter called her dad on the phone. She was like, I bet you $10 sometime during this conversation he's gonna go fuck you, Hunter. And sure enough, he did.
Huh.
That's just how we were raised, though.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, some people could look at that like it's a bad thing. I don't think it is. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it just depends on your guys' humor and for anyone's humor.
So what's next on the what we were talking about?
Um, I don't know. I didn't really think on that because I didn't know if we were gonna have a long discussion on the physical versus digital. But I guess
I feel like we would have, but I was so unprepared.
nah, no, you're fine. I should have prepared you a little much earlier. I guess is there a game franchise that hasn't made a game in a while, uh, excluding remakes, that haven't made a new game? What game franchises would you want to see a new game from?
It's actually a good question. Ooh, ever played Banjo and Kazooie?
Yes, I played the first one.
There was one where you could build a car.
Nuts and bolts.
Yep, that game was so much fun, and I would love to see another Banjo and Kazooie game.
It's crazy because Xbox owns it, and it's been like, I think it's been like 16, 17 years since that game. Let me check real quick.
Go
I'll
all the way at the
do
top.
that real time.
Isaac,
Huh?
are you all the way at the top?
Yeah, I'm on the yeah,
Just come
top.
down here for a second. I'm just at the
All
bottom.
right. Yeah, I'll just jump down. Come on. There we go.
Don't break your ankles. Alright, look.
Fuck ass.
How much child?
Oh my gosh. Let me check. And yeah, I was correct. It was 2008 when that last game came out. That's crazy. 16
Or
years and they still haven't made a game.
even, is it Dexter?
Jack and Dexter?
Maybe. You're like a rat
Was that on
looking thing.
PlayStation?
Yeah, it was on PlayStation.
Yeah, yeah, Jack and Dexter.
Those games are so much fun.
I've only played Dexter on the PSP, and that game was a lot of
Yep,
fun.
that's the one I had.
Uh, let's see the last game for them. Jack and Dexter Lost Frontier 2009. Damn. Yeah, it's like they have these IPs and they don't do anything with them. Like I get it, make uh new IPs, but if you're gonna have a big franchise like that people love, do more. Cause even like there's one for like Activision, they had the prototype 1 and 2. Those games were so much fun. I hope Xbox does something with it since they own Activision now. Because with the era
What is
of
that game?
superheroes, it's basically like a superhero game. You're almost like you almost it's you're kind of like Venom, but the thing is you're actually a a mutant basically, so you can shapeshift into different weapons
Um,
and shapeshift into different people because you can consume people and change into them. It's a really fun game. Well, the one and two are really good.
you know what would be kind of cool as a sequel?
Hmm.
You ever played L.A. Noire?
Yeah.
That would be a cool game to be a sequel.
In the if they did it in like the 50s, that would be pretty cool. Because I think it takes place in 47.
Yeah, right after World War II.
Yeah. I guess what else could they do? I would say Max Payne since I love that series, but I love how it ended on 3. Um maybe Soul Calibur. I wish they did Soul Calibur 7.
I think they should make another Batman Arkham game.
Yeah. I don't know if they would. I mean, they could,
I love those
but
games.
yeah, that would be awesome. But since Kevin Conroy died, I don't know if they would do it.
What did he play? Or who was he? I mean,
Batman?
he played Batman in those games.
Yeah, he was Batman in those
I
games,
did not
the
know that.
animated series. Um, he did a lot of the animated movies too.
What's another good series that they haven't made another one of? No, I mean,
Um,
because that's a really good question.
yeah, I'm a have my characters stand and I'll look.
Yeah, I'm in the game library now.
Video game franchises. Uh, yeah, I'm really looking. People have been wanting another Wolfenstein game, which I need to get because I played 3D Wolfenstein 3D and that's really good. But I need to get in the franchise more. Oh, there's one that you like, Viva Pinata.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be cool.
Another one, the last one came out in 2008, like
Skylanders.
Banjo Kazooie.
Another
Ooh,
Skylanders game would be fun. I actually really liked Skylanders.
I never played Skylanders, but I want to play it.
Me and my childhood best friend, every time I would stay the weekend at his house, we would play Skylanders. I don't
Damn.
even care if it's known as a kiddie game. That game was. And Disney Infinity,
Mhm.
those games are unreal. Like the amount of sandbox, or like the amount of stuff you can do in the sandbox mode of Disney Infinity was crazy. You can build racetracks, castles. You do missions as like the Incredibles and as the Monster Inc. characters.
Mhm. I know they're doing the remakes or the remasters, but Tony Hawk, I hope they could do another new game.
Yeah, the Tony Hawk games are
Um,
popular.
Skate, I know they're doing Skate 4 technically. I hope that comes out soon. Um,
Do you know if Skylanders is backwards compatible or not?
uh, I know the Xbox One games should work on Series, but the 360 ones aren't. But that's the thing I was going to get into, the toys to life games. Even though they came out, some of them came out on Xbox One and PS4, and I don't know if they came out, I don't think they came out on Nintendo Switch, but I don't know if you can connect them to like PS5 and Series.
You can't. I just looked it up.
You can't?
No, Skylanders, the Portal, and the game are not backwards compatible with Xbox One or Xbox Series X game consoles.
Oh, that's, but wait, because there's the Xbox One portals. That's the question is, I don't know if those will work on Series.
There is an Xbox One Skylanders game.
Yeah, there's a couple. Let me check which ones they were. Um, because I know Disney Infinity
Oh,
2.0 is
Skylanders,
on Xbox One.
Imaginators, and Superchargers. And Swap Force. Dang, the Swap Force bundle is $400 at Walmart.
What? Yeah, Imaginator, Superchargers, Trap Team, Swap Force.
So how much is a
Yeah,
Portal for Xbox One?
I'm not sure.
And then what about Disney Infinity? Yeah, there is Disney Infinity 2.0. Dang, it's only
Yeah.
99 cents at GameStop.
Wow. Yeah, so Skylanders, Giants, and Spyro's Adventure never got uh
Spyro would be
the
fun.
yeah, Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Well, actually, they did the fourth one not too long ago. Well, 5 years ago now.
Twisted Metal,
That would be a good one.
an online version of Twisted Metal.
Yeah, that'd be that'd be fucking good.
I feel like people, like, because of how gaming is nowadays, there'd be
Yeah.
people that would be so sweaty at that game.
Shit, that might be a fucking battle royale itself.
Right. And then
I'm
after the TV
looking.
show came out, I'm surprised they didn't make a remake or a new one. The show was pretty popular, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's getting a season 2.
Yeah, so I'm actually surprised they never made another one. Freaking Samoa Joe
Um,
plays the clown.
yeah, that's right. S- Here's one. They tried to do a reboot, but I think they could try again with a better, well, not better developer, but someone who would make sure the series would do well. Saints Row.
Dude, the new Saints Row flopped though.
Yeah, that's the reboot they tried to do, which I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if it was just the writers
Didn't
or
they? I don't know. Once again, I'm gonna sound like a liar probably, but I heard they tried to like rush it. Like they got too
that.
into the fun side and not the story. Like they didn't continue the story like all the other ones did.
Yeah, that's something that I think I might have heard about too. I'm looking real quick on the. Okay, so I'm reading real quick on this. Trying to see the development. So THQ Nordic announced in August 2019 that Volition was developing a full entry in the Saints Row series. Parent organization said they were giving the developer time and space to make the game they saw fit. Uh, try to not read all of this. For people who want to read it, it's on Wikipedia. Studio development director Jim Boone added that the current social climate had outgrown the tone of prior Saints Row games.
No, absolutely not.
What?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it was definitely more of a direction issue.
It said we outgrew those kind of games. Is that what that said?
Yeah, it added the current social climate had outgrown the tone of prior Saints Row games. Some of the more lewd elements, like the giant purple dildo that could be used as a weapon, were cut for this reason. The
This
game's
would make the
developer
game awesome.
Volition looked to action films as reference points for what they wanted players to experience, including the feel-good vehicular movement of Baby Driver. The driver in the game was actually pretty good. The brutal, stylized combat of John Wick, and the extravagance of Hobbs and Shaw, that Saints Row sort of flavor. But, okay, like Baby Driver and Hobbs and Shaw, yeah, those are goofy movies for sure. But okay, the John Wick movement, I can understand that. But the reason why Saints Row was so popular was because it was like a parody of GTA in some ways,
Yeah.
even though GTA was technically a satire of everyday life and using criminals as the main characters, that experiences the hypocrisy of certain social views. Even though it did take itself seriously for like either dramatic effect or whatever. But Saints Row had very little dramatic moments.
I don't know how you
Um,
were the president and you got taken over by aliens. Pretty dramatic.
oh yeah, yeah, totally,
Just,
totally not a
just kidding.
total. No, no, I know, I was being sarcastic,
Oh yeah.
but it's totally not a reference at all to something like Independence
Yeah.
Day, where literally the White House got blown the fuck up by aliens.
That was the
Like,
whole point of Saints Row, though. It wasn't supposed to be taken seriously. It was.
I mean, it take itself. The characters played it straight for the most part, but understood like, yeah, this shit's ridiculous.
You could literally, no matter what gender of character you were, you could have sex with all of the characters on like the ship.
I mean, you got a blowjob from a fucking robot in Saints Row
Exactly.
4. Like, they brought fucking aliens into this. Like, the first two games, yeah, they were gang related games, but they were goofy as fuck too. 3 definitely took it more satirical with like the weapons and certain storylines and but yeah, we never played it really for seriousness. We played it just for goofiness.
Well, that's the whole point of video games, isn't it? It's supposed to be an escape from reality. It's a place where you
Yeah,
can be silly and completely out
yeah,
of
like
whack.
movies.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind dramatic games like for example like Red Dead Redemption 2 or just the Red Dead Redemption series in general. I don't mind the seriousness of that, but the gameplay has to work and also the characters have to work to where I'm like I want to stay in this world for as long as I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess for the last thing with the franchise thing, pretty much any licensed IP series that don't make as much games anymore. Like, I don't know, some of the South Park games again, the Simpsons games, Family Guy games. Um,
I had a lot of fun with
dude,
that South Park game that they made
Stick
free.
of Truth
Um,
or
Actually, I think the one that was free was Fractured Butthole. Yeah,
Fractured
the
Butthole. Okay.
Fractured Butthole. It's the superhero one.
Yeah, I want to play that because I played Stick of Truth,
It's free,
and that
right?
game was.
Pretty sure it's free.
Yeah, maybe I have to. Maybe another time I'll stream that because I have it on physical too. But yeah, Stick of Truth, that game is a lot of fun too. It is a role playing game where you do take turns and it's slightly strategic, but it's goofy as fuck.
It's hilarious. They
Yeah.
stuck true to the show, which I really liked.
And the art style. They kept the art style exactly how it was from the show.
Yeah.
Snow Day, I heard people are mixed on it. Some people were having issues with the graphics. Like, I understand the frustration with that, but honestly, it didn't look terrible to me.
I forgot if they made another one.
Uh, yeah, never mind then. South Park should be out of the way then, because they already did the game. Never mind, I'm stupid. But any other licensed games that haven't had a game in a long time, like Simpsons or Family Guy or the Nicktoons series, because that those games are fun. Any games with the Nicktoon characters, so fun.
So I have a question for you. Have you
Uh,
ever played do you ever have a PS2, like when you were younger?
my stepbrother did.
There was a Cartoon Network game where you got to play as like multiple Cartoon Network characters. I don't remember if it was like a fighting game or whatnot, but I remember you
Was it
could play.
Cartoon Network Racing?
No, it wasn't a racing game. See, here I
Um,
go not knowing
fighting.
the names. You could play as like Billy and Mandy.
Oh, was it the Billy and Mandy game? Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
I guess maybe.
Because I know there's a fighting game with them.
And then the Arthur game, Arthur and the Incredibles.
Earth? Oh yeah, I actually have that game. Arthur and the Invisibles.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Invisible.
I,
Sorry, it said
yeah.
Invincibles or Incredibles or something.
Yeah. The movie I really like too.
You know what's a pretty underrated movie?
Huh?
Tale of Despero.
Tail. Oh yeah. I think I watched that in theaters when I was a kid. Yeah, that movie's better than it, from what I remember. Not a lot of people talk about it.
Indian in the Cupboard was a good movie.
I still have to watch that movie because
You've
I've
never
heard people
watched
really
it?
like that. Uh-uh.
Oh, it's such a good movie, Isaac.
Yeah, there's still a lot of movies I want to watch before, I get older. So I appreciate it when I'm young.
Indian in the
But
Cupboard
for
was a classic.
yeah, for my age, I think I watched a lot of movies compared to a lot of people I know.
Well, being a movie buff and inspiring to try to be an actor makes
Yeah.
sense. It's literally in your job description to know classic movies.
Can't believe we're still cleaning this fucking building.
This is ridiculous.
Jeez. Thank God we've been talking for most of the time because people would get bored just watching us play this and not talk at all.
I've used so much soap just in this tower alone. I had 10 liters of multi-purpose, and I'm
Jeez.
at 0 now. Out of multi-purpose cleaner. Can I buy more?
Should be able to.
I'm just gonna buy it all. Well, I just realized, am I even wearing my clothing? I am. I look better than you.
Yeah, fuck, I'll buy somewhere now.
There's free clothing with the DLCs. That's where I got
Yeah,
mine.
I'm buying them right. Uh, Outfit. Oh, that's free. Um, I'll buy these pussy-looking gloves. Wait, has my outfit changed? I gotta make sure.
If you come to where I am, I can tell you.
Alright.
No, you're still blue. My
Damn it.
purple.
Yeah, you're purple.
So, click the 2 squares, and then go over to clothing. You can change your clothing right there.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I got pink gloves. I've got.
There we go.
All of. I can match you. Look.
And I just got an achievement for that.
This is what you look like.
Huh.
Oh, and if you hit left on the D-pad, it automatically shoots for you. You don't have to hold the trigger. Just in case your trigger finger gets hurt.
Nah, I practice.
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
Of course I get it, Isaac.
Okay, I was about to say.
That's kind of another thing. I don't know if this is too, you know, whatever, but have you ever noticed you make a joke or Steven makes a joke and Nick laughs like he knows what you're talking about, but like 9 times out of 10 he has no idea what was said or what the joke even means?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of do that sometimes, but that's just because if I'm consistently laughing and I hear a joke that I don't actually know, I still kind of laugh.
Yeah. But Nick,
Just because.
You can tell he doesn't have any idea what we're talking about, and he'll still laugh or act like he knows what we're talking about. I've caught him in a lie so many times doing that.
That's kind of funny.
Kind of an inside topic, but you know, that just came to my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, once we finish this building, this will where I'll end the stream.
So, I know you said Nick probably wouldn't be able to contain himself, but he's by himself. Am I
Yeah.
allowed to invite him?
Um,
Since we're about done anyway.
I think, yeah, once we're completely done and I end the stream, you can invite him.
Okay.
It'll probably take us like maybe, we're at 9:03, so maybe 5-ish minutes.
We just need to work on the outside. I think the inside is fully clean.
Yeah. Yeah, we might have to pull this closer if I can. How did you pull it closer?
Can you not do it with me on it?
I don't think I can, no.
That'd be funny. Oh. Yeah, you're so strong.
Yeah, how can I place it? What the fuck?
You have to look at the ground, I think.
Oh, that's stupid. Wait, can you turn it? Ah, fuck it. There we go.
So did you already try using the ladder over here?
Yeah, I tried to use the small one.
Doesn't work.
It would not let me place it at all.
You can control it, right?
Yeah, I can fucking feel it vibrate when you're spraying me.
No, no.
You were about to fall off. Hey. Motherfucker.
Look how high I can reach from down below here.
Damn.
I have the long nozzle plus 0 degree.
Wow.
Alright. Balling. Big money. I feel like the 15 is the perfect balance of like spread and strength. Because 25 has a lot of spread, but it's kind of weak.
Yeah.
And then 45 is like How are you even cleaning anything? It's so weak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's legit.
What?
See the ladder over there?
Yeah.
No, look at me.
What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, just built different, 95%.
We're getting there. Alright, that wall's done. Holy shit, that was cool. Alright, drop down so we can get this wall. Alright. Get close as we can. Come on, you motherfucker. There we go.
Is there anything else you wanted to reference before you were done? Anything we missed? Anything we veered off topic too far and never finished?
I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know. I need to do like a script or like a plan if we do shit like this again.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if we get enough views and people who chat, or if you just decide you thought of something to discuss, would you ever do something like this again?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, because it was fun, even though I was nervous at first. After a while, I got, for the most part, comfortable with the discussion. I think it's just because since I know I'm being recorded,
Yeah.
it's kind of nerve-wracking because it's not because I know I'm going to say something bad, it's just, I'm just a very awkward person.
Well, it's the same thing as like a stage fright. It's not
Yeah,
necessarily stage fright itself, but
it's record fright. Alright, this wall's done.
oh, you can change the right and left bumper changes your nozzle.
Yeah, I noticed that. Oh, we gotta do the front too. Damn. Alright, this side is, I think, all done. Let me make sure. Oh, there we go. Alright, finally this one.
Oh, you can rotate it.
How did you?
The right and left bumper.
Oh.
I feel like we're too close now. It's cool if you buy some of the DLCs. You can do like SpongeBob's house
Yeah.
or like the Krusty Krab. I think. That would be cool. Checking that. Check. What's not clean?
Let's check the doorsteps. Spotlights.
Doorsteps. Where are
Garage
there
doors.
doorsteps?
Excuse me. That's cleaned. This one's not clean. There we go, that's done. Doorsteps. That's clean. That's clean. Come on. Garage door. This one? Nope. Oh, you got the spotlight. Doorstep. Which one is dirty? Maybe it's this one over here? Nope. Dole Tower. Wall frames. Wall frame.
I found which one it is. Got it.
Oh, nice.
Now doorsteps.
Is it upstairs?
There
On the
doorsteps
roof?
upstairs?
Yep, found it.
Nice. $300.
Let's go. Or on the roof I'm at, but alright, let's watch the result. And that is going to be the stream/video, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you are watching now and are watching in the future, and I hope you've been entertained.